Good afternoon to all of you. Our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Ram, second visit to the campus. First time he was here as part of a UGC committee, November 2021. That time, developing last half years, almost 3 years, we have developed much more. And he has also moved from IIT Guwahati Director to AST Chairman position in the meantime. Had the privilege to work with him over the last few years. But I am going to today, all the entries on the dais, of the dais, I will not spend more time on formalities, come directly to topic. Started this convocation on a very auspicious day of Vasant Panchami, the best day that you can get your degree. University, very brief history, for those who are not aware. University started as a state private university, part of well-known DYPIU group as our trustee. Campus became operational on March 4, 2018. We celebrate March 14th as Foundation Day. This year, because of Holi, we will do it one day before that. Initially, we started with 6 undergraduate programs in 2018 with about 500 students. Currently, we have 4,220 plus students. If I add the students those who are part of Pune University, the colleges that have emerged, it was beyond 6,000 students. Last 7 years, many of our innovative steps have been adapted at the national level, become recognized as a trendsetter in the higher education circle. As of now, we have a number of schools. I'll just briefly read them out. The School of Computer Science Engineering Application, a BTech Computer Science Engineering, an MCA program. School of Bioscience and Bioengineering, we offer BTech Bioengineering and MSc Medical Biotechnology. The School of Commerce and Management, where we offer BBA and MBA Digital Business. School of Design with Bachelor's of Design, School of Media and Journalism, Bachelor's of Journalism and Mass Communication. When we started the School of Engineering to focus on working professional program. It was little few months later when AICT also started a similar program. We had discussions with AICT. Here we are offering BTech Electrical Engineering, MTech Electric Vehicles and BTech Mechanical. The School of Applied Arts and Crafts, Bachelor of Fine Arts started in this. The School of Interdisciplinary Studies and Research. All our PhD programs are under the School of Interdisciplinary Studies and Research. Today, from beginning actually, we have been encouraging the students to take admission after 4 years of undergraduate. Today we are focusing more on this. I'm happy to tell you that this year's admission have started with 4 PhD students, not undergraduate programs. So 4 students have taken, PhD students have taken admission in the beginning. There are nearly about 60 PhD scholars. This is going to keep on growing as we go along. School of Skills Development as well. The working professional program actually was where actually started to experiment something that AST has also been doing, where they allow the flexibility for working professionals not have to come to campus except in the weekend. They have done different models of that depending on the companies. I'll not go into those details, but companies like Tata Motors, Anand Automotive Group, Gabriel, Marley, Nano India, and so on, Skoda, Volkswagen, they are part of this program. We have BTech Electrical Engineering programs partners with electric vehicles and robotics and automation. BTech Mechanical Engineering with smart manufacturing, MTech electric vehicles. This is based on the request from the working professionals. Now let me come to something else that's very important for the country today. This I've been repeating at many forums. Today we're in the golden age of India. We're in a rapid growth phase of economy, and I believe that last 1,000 years is the best period. Driven by 3 pillars according to me. One is huge infrastructure growth. Second is manufacturing sector is shifting based to India. And third is semiconductor. We are focused on all these 3 in our programs to make sure that we are aligned with country's progress. We are in a very good situation today because of young population. The demographic dividend with us at least for 3 to 4 decades. And for this purpose, the core engineering branches are going to see rapid growth. All institutions are closing core engineering branches. We are starting them and focusing on them, spending money. 2 technology areas emerging as part of this. So last year, 2024, We merged one of the institutions, engineering college, DYPIU Institute of Engineering Management Research. We were sharing the same building. Started with BTech Mechanical, BTech Chemical, BTech Civil, focus on infrastructure engineering, and BTech Semiconductor Engineering. With formal name semiconductor, this is the first time in the country. Of course, BTech VLSI has been running for some time. In fact, VLSI was running for quite some time, and AICT also taken many steps to start VLSI programs across the country. What we have done is that each of these programs, we completely change the curriculum. Core engineering branches, artificial intelligence is a very important part of that with generative AI. Digital fabrication with generative design comes in. So you design things using generative AI, combine this digital fabrication, your prototype ready in a very quick time. Digital twin concept we brought in. About 1.5 years back, we had a 2-day workshop, discuss all of this. And normally we talk about making programs relevant to industry, but what we are doing, we are trying to lead the industry in innovation. That's why industry is coming to us, we are not going to industry. For this purpose, we are also looking at how to give technology foresight capability to industry and make India the manufacturing hub of the world. That's why I just said that formal BTech Semiconductor Engineering program in the country, first time we started, was based on the advice from Silicon Valley experts. We have seen this last 1 year or 1.5 years time, growth of semiconductor industry in a big way. I think $40 billion already committed, if not more. And by $100 billion will be by 2030. For this purpose, we have set up semiconductor lab, which we have named as Silicon Forge. We'll have clean room and all the other facilities. It will actually, except for silicon wafer production, starting from oxidation to testing parts, starting from oxidation to testing part, we'll be doing it here. Packaging part, we are not adding right now. But very soon, on 11th February, a major semiconductor industry is coming to our campus. We've had some discussion. The chances that it will turn into a kind of a collaboration where they will support setting up packaging setup also in the university. And it will be also targeted towards their employees, potential employees. They will use this as a training for them. So we are making sure that we have space for this. So except for wafer production, we have almost all part of this in the university. Now to move towards making the university a really multidisciplinary university, this year 2025 we started liberal arts program. Started with BSc Economics. Again, each of these will have a strong technology and AI background. Here linguistics, AI will be part of this as well. Then slowly we're going to add more courses like international relations, psychology, law, and so on as we go along. So we will expand into a university of real multidisciplinary character. So infrastructure, all of you can notice, the building that we have been using has about 7 floors right now, each floor having 60,000 square feet, 4.2 lakh square feet. Construction of 7th and 8th floors is going on right now. If you look back, you will see the construction going on. We'll add 1.2 lakh square feet of more space in next few months. And then in 2026, we'll add 3 more floors of 1.8 lakh square feet. Total by 2027, we expect 7.2 lakh square feet of a space. Normally, not coming from this background, our chief guest from civil background, he understands these things. But if I try to understand myself, I said that if you have 1,000 square foot flat, there will be 720 families staying in this one building. You can imagine this whole housing complex sitting in this. There will be 10,000 students in this building. But there's one more interesting thing happening. Those who, you don't need to look at the screen, you can just look across the road. A 33-floor hostel complex, the highest hostel complex in this country, is coming up. We are working on 23rd, 24th floor. By June, we expect this to be ready to be given to students. I'm not going to details of this. I want people to go and see inside. But it's wonderful of international quality. I don't think any place in India will find such facilities. I may be wrong, but definitely we are trying to provide the best. And to keep our chancellors and our campus chairmen's views, we will connect the 2 sides of the road by a sky bridge, so students don't need to cross the public road. They can actually take escalator, cross across the road, so it becomes integral part of the thing. Take some time to get the government permission. We want to make sure that students don't feel they are staying outside the campus. We are continuously adding computer labs I remember when our chief guest had come in 2021, as per the ST norms, we were asked to show 125 computers or something. I told him that you can come and see, we have more than 500 computers. He said, we don't need to see, we'll sit down and discuss other things. So we are not trying to meet the standards of any regulatory body. We are trying to meet the quality requirements of our students. Our focus is on quality, not to meet the minimum requirements of regulatory bodies. We are focusing on our quality standards. In terms of bioengineering lab, we have 6 numbers of bioengineering lab already and 1 microbiome lab, total 7 of them. We're adding more to that on 7th floor. The studio Spandan, very good quality facility which is used by journalism and mass communication students and all the students across the thing. We are adding 2 more studios because we are looking at flipped classroom concept coming in. The students do not want to listen to lectures now. That's happening actually. It's already happening. Students say, why should I listen to lectures? All of this is changing actually. We will have online recorded thing with AI-backed thing, interactive videos, and multilingual holographic group. AR/VR devices we have been using for a long time here. I've been training people in HoloLens for the last 4 years myself. We have set up a holography room. We are creating digital avatar of Dr. D.R. Patil Dada. It will be as if you can interact with him, as if he's standing there in his own body language, his own voice, in his own knowledge. And I joined this place on 25th of April 2018. I was fortunate to meet him in Pune. He was in Pune that day. Afternoon we had a meeting, and we requested him that can we create your digital avatar. Agreed. He said, I will live for at least 100 years, but you can go ahead and do it. So he had given us permission. In between, due to COVID and so on, we have done 90 now. So he still, at least he said that 10 years minimum he will stay. He had told me at that time, 2018, at least 100 years I will stay. You can make my digital thing. We took his permission. This holography room is on 5th floor. It was going to cost us $30,000 from Australian company. We made it $3,000. And now we are able to reduce the cost even further. We have all kind of teaching aids. I am not going to do, but all kind of facilities are there for teachers based on what is their requirement. Not going to details of their tablets, document cameras and so on. Even faculty tracking cameras. The camera moves to the faculty members, 360 cameras for hybrid classrooms. Each of these is available to faculty members based on their requirement. Managing this is difficult. You can see one of the drone cameras taking pictures, 360 cameras. So a photographer does not have to put any angle. They just move around like with a stick, takes 360 picture. After the photograph is taken, the event is over, you can choose the angle you want or multiple angles you want. Coming to digital fabrication lab, something with which AICT we have a very strong relationship, and also with the chief guest today. Started setting up Fab Lab 2019, and that time COVID happened. We started 3D printers, CNC Lathe and so on. We didn't have money. We made sure that we can optimize on the cost and make sure the facilities are given to students. Luckily, this was picked up by ICT and Idea Lab committee was formed. I was requested to be chairman of this. It was towards December or November 2020. Okay. So, the AICT formed the Idea Lab committee. I was requested to be chairman. January 2020 when the program was formally launched. And as part of the first phase, we started about 107 programs. Then our chief guest today, we have worked together and he's announced more than 300 centers just a few days back. So with working with AICT, we have 4 times now the centers that are coming up. Just as we were discussing, he said that we will train many of the faculty members who are setting up this thing in our university. We've done this in 2021-22 and then stopped. Again, as he said that we'll do this, part of the committee requirement. What we are doing, continuously improving this setup. We're not stopping at what we did in 2019. We're adding new machines, new variety, new quality of this thing. We have more than 53 meters already existing, as you can see in this picture. But just now, just 1 hour back or so, we inaugurated a new workshop, which has been named Takshashala by our chief guest. This was the old mechanical workshop that was there existing as per the norms of regulatory bodies, namely Pune University. Once the college was merged university, we completely demolished the whole mechanical workshop, including the floor was demolished. Completely transformed to modern workshop with additive manufacturing, subtractive manufacturing, formative manufacturing, habit system, metrology, and so on. Just now, Chief Guest had a visit to this, he innovated this, he named it Takshashala, based on Sanskrit name. You can see multiple machines here. Now, here not that we have bought all costly machines. There are a lot of machines with 15,000 rupees. They're very good for training. With large number of machines, every student has to work with hands. That's been the Chief Guest's also philosophy. Lot of consumables are in stock. Every month we spend 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees on consumables to make sure that different varieties of things are there. Following in this, our Chief Guest comes from civil engineering background. We are adding a concrete 3D printer. Concrete 3D printer, not of the full size they are showing because that we don't have space, 1.5 meter size. Just order is in place, maybe 1 month, 1.5 months, you will see this being done. You can make a house. With this you can make a smaller house, maybe for a dog or something, or be a little larger. But the training will be such that actually you can make house. I've been promoting this for more than 10 years. You can make 800 square feet house in 24 hours at $3,000 cost. Then we are going to add clay and ceramic 3D printers. This doesn't cost much, we'll add very soon, but it required furnace. And then we'll also add metal 3D printers. So we are not only adding numbers, we are adding varieties of these different materials and so on. In terms of publication and books and so on, we have been growing every year. In 2024, we had about 80 publications, 26 book chapters and so on. The patents have also started to happen. If you look at the publication statistics, what you're seeing is the yellow, the total impact factor, and orange is total publication. So you see year by year we are growing, it's like exponential rise. We are a new university, we are growing very fast. I would like to show some of the faculty members who have done exceptionally well, just 1 or 2 of them, not to demean anybody else. Just to show an example, Dr. Parthasarathy Sengupta, 17 publications. In fact, last few months, 2 of the journals use his paper to put it on the cover page. And they actually send mail that please publicize social media, the review that you have got and so on. So you can see these 2 cover pages are based on his publications. Professor Anuj Kumar, again 15 publications working in nature-inspired optimized laboratory and artificial science. This goes on and on. I'm just taking 2 examples of this. Now, we have been focusing on research which is not driven by one person, one faculty member. We have been focusing on group research and taking those areas which even IITs don't touch sometimes. Brain-computer interface, we started working, personally I've been working this for more than 10 years now. I'm also chairman of a committee of Bureau of Indian Standards where I represent India internationally. Last year I was in China and Sydney, Australia, and I'm going to Korea in March actually. Where we represent India. There's a brain-computer standardization going on through ISO and IEC. We have a committee of which I chair. We have 4 researchers who are working on this right now. 1 has been granted PhD, 2 is very close. One of them is going to receive the PhD here. The first was the PhD, who got the PhD. We're focusing on improving child education, learning disability and neuroadaptation. Our focus is not on publishing papers. Our focus is solving problems. You can see that each children are benefiting. In fact, the parents are telling us, please set up a company to help our children control space. Looking at the way generative AI has grown, I've been one of the major users of this. I've transformed myself into a creative person, which I was never. I've become a singer, a writer, a storyteller, God knows what. So based on this and the predictions that are there, we are starting a center for generative AI, 5 focus areas: computer science engineering, core engineering branches. We are focusing on core engineering branches, others are closing, we're focusing on core engineering branches, bioengineering, management and finance, design and applied arts, and journalism, mass communication. There will be hubs actually, 3 areas which will integrate some of these together. So healthcare AI hub, creative AI hub, and financial technology hub. So these hubs will integrate interdisciplinary work in generative AI. Then we are working on Center of Planetary Exploration. One of the work we are doing is in situ exploration of the Moon, Mars, and Asteroid belt. One of our first papers from this university has just been accepted in international conference, trying to develop technology at very low mass and low cost to drilling on the moon and sensing of helium-3. I come from nuclear fusion background. Helium-3 is very, very important from nuclear fusion point of view. We can produce energy on the moon. Only moon has helium-3. in large numbers because solar wind that comes there. On Earth, it does not come because of the atmosphere. This is going to provide energy. Moon will become the space launch platform. Space vehicles will land and take off from moon. It's very easy to do that, need energy. Similarly, I worked earlier on detecting water in the motor water with other source on that. We're also developing soil and pebble collection. Yes, we have a German scientist and a Hong Kong scientist participating in this. I'm going to travel very soon on 5th February, on 7th February in Japan. With the Japanese Space Agency, we have a discussion on collaboration where 2 of the scientists will join hands. We have a group of 4 faculty members working in university. All the work will be done in this university, and those people will be participating in this. Then we are setting up a team of faculty members who will do Lunar, Mars, and Rover development. And the group of students will work on nano satellite development. This is one of the Hong Kong scientists, TCNG, who came here December 2023, had discussion with faculty members. He loves to come. Again, May, all of them will come. In fact, 3 of them will come, 2 German scientists and 1 Hong Kong. So will come to campus. We are going to Japan. We'll be in Delhi in May as well. Some of the design, I'll not go into that. Today, because of data centers, the demand for energy has gone like anything. Nuclear energy is a great demand. It is said that it is required that you have nuclear energy to be tripled by 2050. Those nuclear power plants will shut down because of accidents like 3 Mile and Fukushima. They are being revived after 3 to 4 decades. There's huge requirement of energy. Nuclear energy is going to grow, energy requirement will grow. Hopefully, we'll start energy engineering program very soon. But we have been working. We were the first in the country to start a private university of nuclear fusion called Project Sunland. Our focus was thorium to uranium conversion. India has the highest reserve of thorium in the world. According to one of the US scientists who is a collaborator, said that if you can do it, it's like Saudi Arabia discovering oil. That's the kind of wealth it creates. Radioactive waste disposal, nobody has solution. We can do that. And medical isotope technician 99M. So 3 focus areas. Do this as a neutron factory, and then scale it up to produce clean energy. Initially, we got a funding about $1 million in December 2020, but the investor ran out of money because of Ukraine war and so on. We had to stop. Right now, I'm having discussion with large number of investors who are willing to fund this on large scale. Hopefully, but I'm not going to start it unless I have $10 to $15 million in hand to start this project again. In parallel, there's a discussion going on thorium-based molten salt reactor. One of the very rich persons in the world, who is elder brother of Larry Page, the Google co-founder, Carl Page, who supported his younger brother when he was forming Google. At that time, Carl Page has $500 million by selling a company. He supported his younger brother. Nobody knows the elder brother. They know the younger brother. I had a discussion with Carl Page, about 1.5 hour discussion. He sent a very nice email to me. He said that he is going to support India he said that he's used the term, garner the fund to support any work on thorium-based molten salt reactor. We're talking in country about small modular reactor. He doesn't believe in that. He said the next generation we should move. With Dr. Ajay Kothari had come here. He's also focusing on this. We're working together on this. Let me come to the last part of this, certain awards and accolades. I have been recognized by Outlook, this anniversary report, the 2nd time in a row. One of the visionaries of India, which can take India to 5 trillion economy. Last year they have done this. This year also they have done this, along with many other visionaries of the country. A book came out, 100 Great IITians, but there's an addition to that. Those who refuse to be lured by the West and contributed significantly to India's growth, dedicated to the service of nation. 100 Great IITians. Of course, doesn't mean these are the only ones. There are many more. There's a 2nd book coming out. But this book was published just a few days back. We had an event in Delhi on Pan IIT Alumni Meet, where those people who were present in that meet were honored. On March 13th, we are having our Foundation Day. Same event will be repeated here in Pune. Those people who are in Pune or nearby area who will come here, who are part of this book, will be honored in our university as well. The author and the publisher, all of them will be here. University was selected by, in a very interesting way, by a manufacturing conclave. We did not nominate ourselves. Nobody else, no other institute was there. Only DY Patil International was singled out by themselves, saying that for your contribution to core engineering branch, we select you as the Institute of the Year. Nothing, no nomination from our side, no details given. On their own, they invited that. There was no other Red Cross Institute. Everything else for manufacturing, they invited us. This has happened many times. Forging industry also recognized us. We have been recognized as trailblazer in semiconductor. We are recognized for excellence in digital disruption. We are recognized for game changer in bioengineering education. Let me come to our students. A team of our students actually won the first prize in Smart India Hackathon 2024. Just few days back, cricket team of ours won a state level. They were runners up, but one of the players got both the best batsman and bowler award in the same event. It's called Viswanath Sports Meet, Viswanath Karat's his name. Kya Samarth and Nritya Sarda won gold at 14th Cultural Olympiad in Abu Dhabi. Ms. Kaushik Saraf was given PSA Chanakya Award. I will stop at this point. Thank you for it.